Here we are for another Joslyn project. We're trying to fix one of those things that we've had issues with. In 10-20 degree weather or anything below freezing, our gray tank valve freezes. And then I got to go underneath the camper and thaw it out with a hairdryer while we're at the dump station, which, you know, it's no fun. There's a heater out there called Ultraheat, and it's for the gate valve, so we're going to try and see what we can do to put this on the gate valve. This is it's like a big heating strip, and then I got the switch, and I had to go buy a fuse for it because they didn't give you the fuse. And then the gate valve that we're talking about is underneath the camper. Now they're saying a Ultraheat Gate Valve, but we're going to put it on here. I think we can get that around with no gap, so we're going to try and see if it works. Take you along and show you what we're doing. First thing I'm doing is I took this down, so I got to wipe all three of these sides. So I had to move this so that I could get my hands in there, and then all I'm using is some 90% alcohol. That's what I have available. Step 2, I guess, we're going to kind of fit this up on here, just without peeling the backing off first. I'm going to run that around, see how it's going to fit. Looks like it'll fit. So what I'm going to do is press this into the corners here as I go around. And I'll do the same on this side here. I'm going to do this. Maybe I should do the other side first. What I'm doing is lining it up, trying to keep it on the edge of the valve as much as I can, and just pressing it into the corners so there's no gap, and working my way around. And when you're installing it, it says not to squeegee or to roll it on. It just says press it in. So that's what I'm doing, is just pressing it on. Should be done when it's about 50 degrees or more. So now all I have to do is wire this. So taking you along, you can see this is my battery box. Things may have changed according to model, but this is my battery box, and you see all the wires that are coming in from down there from the basement storage area. But you can kind of see, I'll just follow this wall here and go up that way and go right into the coach from there. So it's also an area where you might want to plug for rodents too, if you ever experience that. I have it plugged from the other side, so I'll have to undo that plug. So I'm putting some braiding on the wires to help protect them. There's nothing worse than having electrical fire, because all these aluminum sharp edges have a tendency to catch somewhere that you didn't see. So this Kevlar braiding will help us there, I'm guessing. Hopefully I got enough of it. So what my plan is to have that loom come over the edge of these wires as well. The wire I'm using for the coach, going to the coach, is 14 gauge, so give it a snug test. Get the other one right away. I tie strap this up, I butt splice this in and heat shrunk it, and then because there's so many sharp edges in the middle in here, I opted to just take that wire and just run it up there like that, secured it to the wall there. We had a little bit of a metal edge there, could have probably ran it a little better, but you know what, it'll work. Hopefully. Let me put something else there, but we'll make it work. Alright, and then I got to go up through that rabbit hole up top there. So now it's just a matter of putting a fuse and the switch in.
Who knew we'd be able to try out our gray tank valve heater in North Carolina with all this, with all the lovely freezing going on. We'll be able to try this today. So last night was in the low teens. We're about 23 right now, and we're trying to dump our tanks. It's an amazingly beautiful sunny day though. We're gonna check to see if this gray valve heater is going to work for us. Gary is over there trying to pull the...
She's frozen solid.
She is? Okay. All right. We have confirmed that it actually is frozen.
So I'm just hitting the switches. As you can see, we got numerous switches. We got them all the same colors. And I'm just going to turn the gray heater on.
And wait for maybe 5 minutes?
So it does work 12 volts. It takes about 2.5 watts of power. So let's see what happens. I'm using an infrared thermometer, and I'm just seeing if it's working. And right now I'm at 80, it's at 85 degrees. The pipe itself and the valve itself is 60 degrees, so it's heating up quickly. 90 degrees.
And this is about a minute after you turned on the switch,
and
too.
The pipe's at 61 right now, so.
All right, let's see if it works.
Nope.
Not quite yet. Give it a few more minutes. I'm gonna give it a try. Oh boy, yeah, it's still tight. As far as the insulation for the gray tank and black tank for a host camper, they do a pretty good job. Our gray tank is in the basement, and after some of the insulation that we've put in there, it's pretty well climate controlled. So our tank is there. We normally have this basement closed, obviously, so it's going to be a little cooler now, but they do stay fairly warm with the heat from the cabin area coming down in here. We did buy a different heater. The other one kind of died, but we do have a heater that we use in this basement when it gets down to the low teens and below. We typically do not use that unless you're kind of below 10 degrees. We're about 15 minutes after we started that heater. We're gonna see if that lever will engage. Nope. It's loosening up.
Okay, leave it for a little bit.
Okay, 20 minutes in. Let's see how it goes. Almost. You can definitely hear the slushiness over there.
That was reading 67 degrees right there, so it should work.
Well, you might not be reading in the right location.
I am reading in the right. It's not very hard to read this. So.
No, I meant because it's still not going.
But I'm not getting any water out there.
Oh, it's cold.
Got a valve saying at 60 degrees, 50 degrees. Alright, what the hell?
I don't know. So the valve heater worked, but what you're saying...
So right here is where the part's frozen.
Yeah.
So up in here is where we got a big ice chunk blocking the water to come out.
And that's partly because we didn't put any RV antifrease in the tanks.
Typically we put RV antifreeze in the tanks. I elected not to do it thinking it didn't work. So, I guess it does work.
We learned our lesson.
Learned our lesson. I gotta sit here with the blow dryer once again.
You love my purple hair dryer.
Still frozen.
It is, but it's going now.
You did turn this heater off, right?
Yes, that heater is off. Okay, cool. Well, at least we got it running. And we know what to do next time, hopefully.